Hi, this is Melanie from Pardesi Reviews, and I'm joined with Matt from Koricon Nala. And even though I've already done a reaction to Kalank, I can never see it enough times. But anyway, Matt has not seen it yet. So we're going to do a reaction together, and then we're going to discuss the film a little bit. So Matt, just a little bit of background. The producer of this film is Karan Johar. I don't know if you've seen any of his other films. So Kabhi, Khushi, Gham was another big multi-star that had a lot of big stars all in one movie. But Karan Johar has never really done any kind of a period film. So this one is set around the time of independence and partition. And it also was supposed to star Sri Devi, but she passed away. And so Madhuri Dixit had stepped in for her role, which I have heard rumored is sort of a courtesan kind of a character. And I don't know if you've ever seen Devdas, but
yeah, I did.
So Madhuri Dixit played a courtesan role in Devdas. So again, it's kind of evoking back to one of her biggest roles of her career, which is really exciting. Nice. Sanjay Dutt is also in the film. So they actually used to be romantically involved at one point. So it's really something that they're going to be in a film together again. Sanju, the biopic pick was about Sanjay Dutt. But again, Sanjay hasn't been doing that many films, so that it's a big thing that he's coming back. It says Alia Bhatt, Sonakshi Sinha, and Aditya Roy Kapur and Varun Dhawan. So we don't know a lot about the other characters, but you will see glimpses of them, and we've saw the beautiful posters of each character. Now, the director of this film, though, is not Karan Johar. He's the producer. The director is Abhishek Varman, who's actually only directed one other film, and that's Two States. So I don't know if you ever saw that one, but it starred Alia Bhatt and Arjun Kapur, and it's a romantic comedy about a guy from North India and a girl from South India, and the culture clash. That was one of the first films that kind of clued me in that there was a culture clash between a Punjabi boy and a girl from
So it's kind of like West Side Story?
Sort of, except with a happy ending.
Okay. It's not Romeo and Juliet?
It is not Romeo and Juliet. They do not all die in the end. But it's just a fun, light romantic comedy. However, he was assistant director on some other big films like Jodha Akbar. So he's been involved with some other bigger films, but just directing himself only has done one other film, which is from, I don't know, 3 or 4 years back. So it's been a while. He hasn't done another film recently. But if Karan Johar is producer, that means he has a heavy hand probably involved in the film and pulling this multi-star cast together. So let me know when you're ready to roll.
I'm ready. Let's do it in 3, 2, 1, go. Some great wide shots. I like that, the fire silhouette. I love the way that fire lights up a room.
कुछ रिश्ते कर्जों की तरह होते हैं, उन्हें निभाना नहीं, चुकाना पड़ता है.
Don't fulfill them, you repay them. Oh, that's a great shot. That's a great set. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That scene right, what is that location? I want to know what that location is.
Is that amazing?
That's a place I want to go visit. That looked great.
Now, see if this doesn't remind you of KGF. That's what I immediately thought of, just reminding me of the crowds behind the money.
It reminded me more of Gladiator.
Yeah.
Wow, it looks like the set design and location choices.
Yeah, look at this. Look at these dance numbers. I am going to be like,
oh my gosh, you're on cloud 9. You're like, yeah, that looks great. Oh, it's bullfighting. I didn't know they did bullfighting in
I had
India.
never seen that. Oh.
Oh, it's the bull riding. I have seen that. I have seen that. There's some stuff in there that you know, set design wise that reminds me of Padmaavat.
Yes. Well, the reason partially it does is the cinematographer from Devdas is the same one that I learned after I first saw this trailer, and I'm blanking on his name, but he's the same cinematographer. And so just that it's a different director. Devdas was Bhansali, but you're right. And Bhansali, of course, did Padmaavat. So it's that grandeur, that just larger than life, and just like you said, just the set pieces when you see the boat and all that, just stunning. That whole scene, just your jaw is on the floor. And when I first saw this, that's what I said. I said, Hollywood is not giving me this. Is not giving me this grandeur, this scope of something like this. And when I saw tiny glimpses of the huge dance numbers, you know I'm going to be in heaven. I am going to be in heaven. And
actually, I would love to see this movie with you in the theater, just to feel your bubbly energy of like, you know, like the. Oh, I know. Remember Despicable Me movies with the little girl with the unicorn?
Yes.
I'm just seeing you in the third movie when she's like.
Well, just wait, because this movie is coming out in a month, but we're going to get at least snippets. I'm sure any Karan Johar film, the songs are more trailers. So we're going to get at least a snippet of some of those songs. I'm going to be out of my mind when those come out. I just cannot wait. We're only getting kind of a hint of background music, which is beautiful, but we're not, the background score of this trailer did not give us any hint to what the dance musical numbers are really going to be like. And so I cannot wait. So just that, I know it's going to be this rollout for the next week of one song after another, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
You know what? That Vicky girl, do you know that Vicky girl?
Yeah.
The channel? Yeah. I think she would absolutely love this. I wonder.
Oh, yeah. She's done a reaction. I haven't watched it, but it came up on my feed. I saw that she did a reaction to the trailer, and I'm sure she's going to be crazy about it too.
Yeah, when I saw the dances, not only could I feel your 9-year-old energy coming through, but my immediate thought was Vicky would love this.
Oh yeah,
it would be right. I'm gonna go check out her trailer reaction for it because I think it's something that would make her really excited, especially that costumes. The costumes, that was another thing.
I know.
Gorgeous costumes. Again, it reminded me of like Padmaavat or Devdas, where you have a lot of, the costume designer spent a lot of time on the small details.
Yes.
Like, show everybody your hand.
Yeah,
but I mean, you have those little teeny details.
Tiny details, yeah.
You from a distance, you could just make it look like brown swirls and people would just assume. But it seems like they're making it to where even if the cameraman decided to come right up to it, that it wouldn't fail. It would still look great. And you can see that detail.
But there's so many scenes. I like the way it was just like little glimpses and fade to black, little glimpse, fade to black. And so you almost can't take it all in. You're just getting these flashes. But each one is such a set piece of the way the camera is framed. And I mean, there's only a couple of dialogues that are just voiceovers. It's not anything that someone is saying within a scene. So we hear Varun talking at the beginning about the Dutts, and then we hear, then I think it's Alia's voice talking about failures. And so, you know, I have heard all sorts of rumors. I don't know what is true. I have heard that Varun is playing the one in the bullfighting or bull riding or whatever, that he is the illegitimate son of the Sanjay Dutt and the courtesan Madhuri Dixit. So he's half brother to the Aditya Roy Kapur, the one that we see with the fire, the kind of blacksmith kind of. And so, you know, Varun and Ali have been paired together. I don't know if it's been 3 or 4 different movies. So they have done several romantic movies before. Humpty Sharma is the best one. If you've never seen that one, it's so good. But anyway, so we've seen them as pairs before. And so it's kind of wondering, are they paired again? Are they the star-crossed lovers? And it looks like she has to marry Aditya, but is her heart, you see the scene, she's looking back in the boat. Who is she looking back at? Is she looking back at Varun? Is she looking back at her parents because she's going off to the new home? But it's wistful, whatever it is. It just, each scene, we're not even knowing what they're saying, but we're feeling this emotion from what, you know, they're showing us, and you can tell.
Maybe she didn't hear action and she turned around to see if the director was ready to go. No?
I don't know. It's just so evocative. And then we see, I think it's Aditya's character. We see him in that street scene and with all the people with torches. So that is evocative of, you know, all of the violence of that period of history. And so, you know, I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but it's going to be, we know they've set it in a very dramatic time. Anything could happen because in real life, anything did happen. Families were separated, horrible things happened. So it's interesting. Like I said, this director is not necessarily known. The other film that he did was a very light romantic kind of family drama comedy. And then this is something, a whole nother level, you know, level.
The cinematographer is really that's going to pull me in. That's what's going to get me in the theater, is that cinematographer, because he knows how to shoot fire, using firelight for natural light, which is not easy to get enough firelight to light a scene. And he uses fire so beautifully that
there's multiple scenes. Like you said, there's the sort of blacksmith kind of scene that you noted, how the fire was between the character and the camera.
So you get a silhouette of him, and it's like in this large room. Yeah, so he's using that fire to light in one way, but then you have the firelight of the candles in the big room where she's walking through.
Yeah.
So he's not just using fire in one way. He's using it multiple ways for different kinds of lighting. It gives a great orange glow on everything. And one of the things I like about using fire for light is the flicker.
Yeah.
You get this really warm, comforting kind of flicker with the light that you don't get with stage lighting. So,
right. And it's also, to me, it's also evocative of like older movies, because they also had that kind of a flicker to them, just from the film strip going through the projector. It kind of had that flicker effect too. So it's just kind of evocative of an older period kind of a thing too. But yeah, we don't know a lot about the different characters, but it is really unusual to have so many big stars in one film. Well, so it's exciting just on that alone.
I did see the posters, and they released a lot of posters. I saw those on Twitter.
Yeah.
Which means I think, you know, they'll probably be coming out, you know, like you were saying with the songs. Each song will probably, you know, showcase one of the characters.
Right. Well, I saw one interview or an article where, you know, Alia is of a younger generation looked up to Madhuri Dixit as an idol, and she said she's doing dance numbers with her, and she just kind of had like this moment of like she just was transfixed watching her while they're filming. Like, I can't believe I'm doing a dance number with Madhuri Dixit, you know, it just amazing. And so I'm really excited to see Madhuri Dixit, to be able to see her do a period film like this, because like you said, the costumes, and then what that adds to the beauty of a dance number when you have those swirling skirts and all of that. It's like you said, I'm going to be in heaven. I'm like on the edge of my seat, just vibrating with happiness.
You'll have to give your phone to your husband and have him like just secretly record some of your reactions.
Yeah, you assume I'm actually going to be able to drag him to one of these movies. That's not happening. You've met him. He's not. That's not his thing. I even tried to get him to go see Gully Boy because he actually enjoys rap, and we went to see 8 Mile together about Eminem, and I'm like, it's just similar to Eminem. You know, Eminem's. No, wouldn't go to see it with me. Which someday when it's on streaming, maybe he'll sit down and watch part of it. But anyway, Alia Bhatt, I just saw her birthday was yesterday.
Happy birthday!
So here's some exciting news. She's working with Rajamouli on an upcoming film. So it was announced on her birthday yesterday. So I don't remember what the title was, but that's an interesting crossover of industries as well. So, but anyway, Alia Bhatt is somebody who I first saw in Student of the Year, which Karan Johar launched her. If you don't know about her, her father is a famous producer and director, and Mahesh Bhatt. And so it was like, star kid. Yeah, okay, nepotism. And I was not impressed with her first film. And she's kind of playing a bimbo. That's the character, right? So she's playing the high school kind of bimbo. But then over time, with each film, she's impressed me more and more and more. So the first one was Highway, and she has this amazing scene at the end of the film where she confronts her family about some past abuse, and just like you're in a puddle watching this scene. She's so amazing. Then she was in Uttar Punjab, and she plays, this woman who is kind of captured and forced to be a sex slave and whatever. And it's like so dark, but she is so good in it. And she's like a survivor. She's a fighter. She's a survivor. And then last year she did Raazi, where she really led the film, the spy film, and Vicky Kaushal had a supporting role to her as her Pakistani husband. So she's gone from strength to strength. She's done a lot of romantic films, a lot of lighter fare, but she's really impressing me with each film that she's done.
She's was great in Raazi.
She was really good in Raazi. So, she's really, risen in my eyes over time. And so, now everybody's like, oh, Karan Johar, he always casts her, but you know what? She's a really good actress. And I think she has that look. She looks younger than she maybe even is, because she's so slight, that she has that fragility about her as that bride. Like, she looks vulnerable. You know what I mean? She just, the way she is, she just looks vulnerable.
Plus, if you work well with somebody, you keep working with them. Yeah. That happens all the time. You've got Tim Burton and Johnny Depp. You've got Martin Scorsese and Robert De Niro. I mean, it's when you have a team of people that work well together. Christopher Nolan with like Tom Hardy. Yeah. If you work well, you bring them along because it makes things smoother. You don't have to figure out how to work together. Like with Christopher Nolan, he not only likes bringing on actors again, but he brings the entire crew. Right. Like he uses the same cinematographer, the same like gaffer, the same sound guy. Like basically,
I'm sure they are to the point that they can finish each other's sentences. They know what each other wants. Right. They're a collaborative, creative team. Yeah.
So I totally get it. If she's doing a great job, you hire her again to do another great job. So,
well, I'm excited for this cast. Aditya Roy Kapur is someone that I've really liked, but he has not had success recently trying to do him being the lead in the film. He's been very good more in ensemble pieces. So I'm hoping for him that this does well, because he did a remake of a Tamil film. It was called OK Janu. It just didn't work. And then he was in another big film called Fitur, which was actually a remake of Dickens' Great Expectations with Tabu as Lady Habersham.
That would be interesting.
It was ambitious, but it was beautifully filmed, but it didn't all completely work. But anyway, so he's had like some swing for the rafters and not quite, and misses. So I'm hoping for him. I've always liked him, and I hope this film does well for his sake. Now, Varun, did you see how jacked he looked in that scene? Holy crap.
Yeah. He has been working out for the past 6 months, that's for sure.
So where have you seen this kind? I've never seen this kind of bull riding. Like it seems very different than the kind of bull riding that we have in America, where you start on the bull. This, like at the beginning, he was not on the bull like bullfighting. Like you said, it was very different.
Yeah, it was a. From what I remember, it's like a. It was a sport, but also some people used it like a rite of passage.
Okay.
And what it is you have to not only ride the bull, but you have to get on the bull. And that's part of the danger, is being able to calm the bull down enough to be able to get behind it so that you can jump up on the bull and then ride him. So very interesting. I've seen it before. Like not in real life, but I mean, I've seen like YouTube videos of present day people doing it. And it's looks super dangerous.
Yeah. But I mean, when he came out in the arena, you're right. It was like a gladiator kind of, like everyone's there for the blood sport kind of a feel. But also it reminded me just of the scene of KGF, of just all of these people, the masses of people behind this figure that comes out that's all kind of dirty and
but you're not killing the bull. No, you're respecting the bull. So it's not like the Mexican bullfighting where the bull dies at the end, and it's not like the American bull riding where they basically just wrap his balls and make him jump around. This is more of a respect for the bull, respect for the animal, and but showing that you have the moxie, or that you have the bravery to ride the bull, but you have to show a lot of respect. And I think part of that is being able to calm the bull down to get around, to be able to get on him. If you just started on the bull, then you're not respecting the bull. So I loved seeing it. I think it's interesting because we haven't seen that in a movie from what I can remember.
No. So I think his character, if it is right that he's the illegitimate son of the Sanjay Dutt character, then the title Kalank, Stigma, would apply to his character, that he's the stigma, he's the dark stain on the family or on this man, so
it's kind of like the original meaning for bastard.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. So I've heard there's a lot of shades to Madhuri Dixit's character, so I'm excited about that. I don't think it's just from what I've heard, it's not just a one note kind of a thing. I'm excited to learn a lot more about all of these characters. This is just a great introduction to the tone of the film, the grandeur of it, the scope of it. But I'm sure Karan Johar is a master promoter, a master at pushing things out and getting up hype about his films. And so I know we're going to be fed a little bit more until everybody's at a fever pitch the third week of April, which I already am at right now. So that's fine. But, I can't wait for all the stuff we're going to learn more about all of these characters.
I'm sure that That first song, when it gets released on YouTube, your brain will explode.
Pretty much. But yeah, I mean, if you've seen Devdas, you know Madhuri Dixit is like one of the top dancers in all of Indian film, and to put her in a period film like this, and the glimpses that we saw of these huge dance numbers, like I'm over the moon. And Varun is also a very good dancer, so if there's a dance number on the street or whatever with his character, I'm sure that will be very fun as well.
Yeah, I like the dance sequences with the festivals.
Yeah.
Because I like the music in those kind of festival songs. I like the big drums. I like the I like the string instruments that you hear. So I would be more excited about those than the regular kind of songs.
Yeah, I agree. That's the kind of I like all of them, but I agree. I really like the big festival numbers as well. I just love when it's just the masses of people.
Yeah,
and it's
so much color.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the cinematographer, again, it looks like he's going to pull off a great sequence.
Yeah. And I can't remember what town that just the waterway what town that is, but yeah, they filmed on location.
If you know where that location is, you need to.
Yeah, I think I have seen at least one. Actually, the film Luka Chupi that just came out, which means hide and seek, which is a modern romantic comedy, may have been filmed in a similar area because it was on a river and there were some scenes like that. It almost looks like Venice or something, where the people get around via boat or whatever. And it just was so gorgeous. In that film, it's about a live-in relationship. It's a modern, very different kind of film, but they filmed on location also. And I think it's a town in northern India.
Yeah, it looks it looks like a dock.
Yeah, just gorgeous. For those shots, it was amazing. So really excited about this film. Glad I was able to see your reaction, see you watching it for the first time. Thanks for joining me on Pardesi Reviews, and we will definitely have more collaborations to come. So you can find Matt. His channel's name is Koricon Nala. Link in the description below. And you can find him also on Twitter at Koricon Nala. And he has another channel as well where he talks about Hollywood kind of movies like Captain Marvel and the Avengers and things like that, called Koricon Nerd. And he has some amazing interviews with people that I am so jealous. So jealous. Madhavan and Amit Saad from the series Breathe both did amazing interviews with Matt that you should check out on his channel. Definitely. Those were some of I was both turning green with envy and enjoying every moment at the same time.
Yeah, I think when I first told you, you were like, "What?
Yeah.
How did you do that?"
Pretty much, but Matt is good at just asking people and wearing them down too. But
yeah, and I think you were like, "Congratulations."
Yeah, pretty much. There was a little bit of a mean girl thing in there. Yeah.
You're like,
yeah. Anyway, definitely check out those interviews on his YouTube site. And you can follow both of us on Twitter. Please subscribe and hit the bell when you do, and you'll get a notification whenever we have a new trailer reaction or a film review.